Gentlemen, I need to ask you something that many men wonder about privately but rarely discuss openly. Has the way you've approached self pleasure throughout your life still serving your body well now, particularly after crossing 60? You might have observed certain shifts, diminished sensitivity, arousal that develops more gradually, or perhaps simple uncertainty about what constitutes healthy practice at this stage. If any of this resonates, understand that you're in good company. This represents one of the core questions men in their 60s, 70s, and yes, even their 80s bring to my attention repeatedly. The concern extends beyond whether masturbation remains appropriate. It's really about how to engage in it safely with dignity and in ways that actively enhance rather than compromise your health. I'm Dr. Selena Clarke, a board-certified urologist with over 10 years of clinical experience dedicated to helping men preserve their bodily connection, sustain sexual confidence, and embrace aging with vitality, dignity, and genuine comfort. What we're exploring today gets discussed far too rarely despite its tremendous importance: how to practice safe masturbation after 60 and the 3 significant mistakes that you absolutely must avoid. Before we go further, if you've been searching for this type of candidate practical guidance, I'd appreciate if you'd hit the like button, leave a comment sharing where you're tuning in from, perhaps Tanzania, Canada, or Australia, and click subscribe. My commitment is delivering clear, judgment-free counsel for men who prioritize their health, functionality, and self-assurance. So let's address the foundation immediately. Masturbation goes beyond being merely acceptable. It actively contributes to your wellness, especially in later decades. Thoughtful, gentle, self-stimulation stands as one of the most organic methods for maintaining male health. Let me explain the mechanisms. It sustains essential blood flow to penile structures, which proves critical for tissue vitality and preventing rigidity. It bolsters prostate health through enhanced circulation and prevention of congestion and diminishes stress hormone levels, thereby calming your autonomic nervous system and facilitating improved sleep patterns. Plus, it maintains your somatic awareness, which forms the bedrock of emotional wellness and personal confidence. But here's the crucial distinction you need to grasp. Your body's functioning at 60 and beyond differs fundamentally from its performance at 25. That's not pathology, that's standard biological progression. Skin density decreases. Nerve pathways require extended time for signal transmission. Vascular structures become somewhat less flexible. Recovery intervals naturally lengthen. This doesn't represent limitation. It's actually an invitation toward adaptation. Your methodology for self-pleasure should evolve in harmony with your changing physiology. Success isn't measured by force, application, or intensity pursued. It's defined by present moment awareness, authentic listening to bodily signals, and approaching yourself with intentional care. When you embrace this evolution, something truly transformative unfolds. You discover enhanced connection, profound relaxation, and more genuine satisfaction. Across my 10 years of clinical work, I've collaborated with thousands of men committed to aging without relinquishing intimacy, confidence, or physical ease. The truth many haven't recognized is that their established masturbation patterns might actually be producing unwanted tension, ongoing irritation, or persistent disappointment. Our goal here transcends performance considerations. Speed and frequency are irrelevant. What matters fundamentally is achieving safety, maintaining health, and cultivating pleasure that nourishes both physical body and psychological state. And what my clinical observations consistently demonstrate is this: men regularly make 3 specific predictable mistakes. These errors occur with surprising frequency, yet fortunately they're also quite manageable to correct. Let me break down each one for you. Mistake number 1 centers on rushing the entire process. Here's an insight most men haven't fully appreciated. When you accelerate through masturbation, your whole biological system registers this as a threat response. Your cardiac rate climbs rapidly, vascular pathways constrict and narrow, and your autonomic nervous system enters defensive alert status. Instead of receiving relaxation and nourishment, your innate arousal mechanisms get blocked and your pleasure threshold contracts. Emotionally speaking, this rushed approach makes self-pleasure feel like an unwelcome task, or worse, something requiring secrecy. From a functional perspective, it programs your neural pathways to associate physical stimulation with distress and tension, rather than security or authentic enjoyment. What's the remedy here? Intentionally decelerate your approach. Simply extending the experience by 5 unhurried minutes produces noticeable benefits. Start by taking several slow, deliberate breaths. Remove all distractions, your phone especially, and consciously permit yourself to inhabit this moment completely. Your body doesn't demand special ambiance or elaborate preparation. What genuinely matters is establishing an internal sense of safety, achieving deep relaxation, and maintaining total presence with your experience. Biologically, this tranquil, unhurried state prompts your blood vessels to expand and dilate, awakens nerve pathways that have gone dormant, and revives diminished sensitivity. Emotionally, it reconditions your psyche to understand that physical touch signifies pleasure, not distress. And from a practical standpoint, you'll observe enhanced control, amplified satisfaction, and markedly reduced frustration. That leads us directly to the second critical mistake: employing too much physical pressure during stimulation. This behavior pattern emerges subtly for numerous men beyond 50 or 60. When sensation naturally decreases with advancing age, the automatic response involves gripping more forcefully or introducing more aggressive motion. But your penis wasn't structurally designed to endure that type of force. It's composed of spongy erectile chambers, sensitive nerve bundles, and delicate vascular networks. Continuous excessive pressure generates microscopic damage to tissues, produces chronic irritation, and can actually trigger what's informally called death grip syndrome, a state where arousal becomes possible only through one very particular high-intensity type of stimulation, usually exclusively your own hand. Emotionally, this creates ongoing frustration and promotes disconnection from your physical self. Practically, it creates significant obstacles to experiencing satisfaction with a partner. Here's what works better instead: deliberately decrease your grip pressure. Always use a natural, unscented lubricant to reduce damaging friction. Redirect your attention away from achieving specific outcomes and towards simply experiencing sensations as they arise. Think of this as therapeutic bodywork for your entire vascular system. Biologically, this gentler methodology preserves optimal nerve functionality and supports healthy blood circulation. Emotionally, it reduces frustration while simultaneously building authentic confidence. Practically, it produces more dependable pleasure and actually enhances your capability for intimacy with partners. And that brings us to mistake number 3, the one most men never anticipate: completely overlooking the emotional aspects. Here's something many resist acknowledging: emotional weight, persistent guilt, or deeply rooted shame doesn't just fade away naturally over the years. Instead, it becomes lodged in your muscular patterns, your respiratory rhythms, and throughout your entire nervous system. This emotional tension actively interferes with arousal, substantially diminishes pleasure capacity, and can genuinely compromise erectile performance. Many men harbor decades of silent shame, originating perhaps from restrictive childhood teachings, punitive cultural messages, or simply the unease of witnessing their body's aging process. The solution begins with cultivating compassion toward yourself. You're not defective, lagging behind others, or past the point of change. You're simply moving into a different life phase, requiring enhanced care, deliberate attention, and purposeful intention. Grant yourself complete permission to reconnect with your body slowly, without imposing pressure or deadlines. Should you need additional support, connect with a trusted healthcare provider, a skilled therapist, or even a compassionate friend. Biologically, releasing emotional stress permits blood vessels to dilate naturally, enables nerve endings to regain responsiveness, and allows arousal to develop organically. Emotionally, this journey restores both personal dignity and pleasure capacity. Practically, it converts masturbation from a hurried, anxiety-filled activity into a truly mindful healing practice. So what does building a safe, health-supportive self-pleasure routine after 60 actually look like? Let me outline the key components. Start with proper hygiene. Wash your hands carefully, utilize fresh towels, and guarantee your space provides both privacy and quietness. Next, make lubrication non-negotiable. Choose a mild, fragrance-free product. It protects your skin integrity and actively promotes healthy circulation. Then cultivate genuine presence throughout. Focus your attention on sensation itself instead of fixating on any particular endpoint. Slow, deliberate touch delivers far superior results compared to rapid, forceful movement. Additionally, maintain continuous body awareness. Stay attentive to any indicators of discomfort, unexpected tightness, swelling, or irritations. Stop right away if anything seems abnormal. Also, honor the emotional dimension of the experience. Be gentle and kind with yourself. Let go of any lingering guilt or impossible expectations. Approach self-pleasure as a legitimate act of self-care. Furthermore, establish a sustainable routine rather than responding to urgency. Even relatively short mindful sessions, several times each week, help preserve circulation, maintain sensitivity, and deepen your connection with your body. Finally, seek professional input without hesitation when warranted. If you're noticing persistent pain, unusual swelling, or any prostate related symptoms, consult a medical professional promptly. Remember, this crucial perspective, starting fresh in your 60s or 70s, doesn't constitute regression. It represents genuine evolution. You're learning what your body requires in the present moment, not clinging to past patterns that no longer serve you. That's authentic strength, certainly not something shameful. Your physical body retains profound worth. Your capacity for pleasure remains deeply significant. Your confidence absolutely merits protection. Every mindful, caring touch reinforces an important truth. You continue to be fully connected to your body, your health, and your inherent dignity. Engaging in gentle, purposeful self-pleasure after 60 isn't selfish behavior. It's actually a practice in genuine self-respect. When you approach it with care and intention, your body responds with improved blood flow, renewed sensitivity, and authentic emotional peace. So when you next create space for yourself, keep these three adjustments central. Significantly slow your pace, reduce your physical grip, and remain attuned to your emotional landscape. These apparently minor shifts can authentically transform not merely your self-pleasure experience, but your entire sexual health picture, overall confidence levels, and general quality of life. If this guidance has proven helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who might benefit from advice offered without judgment. Drop a comment below sharing your location. I genuinely appreciate hearing from you. Above everything else, remember, this age doesn't mark the conclusion of vitality. With proper care, sustained attention, and consistent presence, you can absolutely preserve pleasure, deep connection, and rock-solid confidence across all life stages. Stay strong, stay well informed, and take exceptional care of yourself.